I just got a YouTube comment on one of my posts, and you could see, man, that shit brought me to tears. Like, that shit hurts. It was this guy who's basically he uh he experienced his wife cheating on him with multiple people, and he went ahead and filed a divorce. Well, she shot herself in the head. And this guy was in the military. He was a medic, so he went ahead and he decided that he was going to save her, and he did. She recovered up to like 90% is what he said. And this was back in 2020. He had to sell his motorcycles. He had to sell all of these things that he earned in his life to save her and to make sure she could have the surgeries. Well, come to find out, in 2024, she starts cheating on him again. She got back into work. And he's sitting there pouring his heart out about how he can't stop having empathy. So I made a response to him, not trying to be his savior or anything like that. I made that very clear. But I also made it very clear that it's not his responsibility anymore to save this woman. She could kill herself again, and he could save her again, but she will just turn around and fuck it all up again. Not because he's fucked up, but because she's got a hole deep inside of her that is sucking off of him. And I just saw myself in this. Totally different story. I've never had to experience that. But maybe if you're watching this, you've experienced this too. You have a really big heart. I told him that of course he's enabling her. At this point. But the truth is our relationships, they are mirrors for the parts of us that need healing. Okay? And it's not about giving people a to-do list. I'm not trying to give somebody a to-do list when I say that. It's just an observation. It points you in the right direction. The guy asked me, how do I give this to God? And I said, well, the first thing that you need to do is talk to him about it. But what you really need to do is start to choose your peace. If she kills herself, that's on her. That's not on you. At a certain point, if she kills herself, that's not on you. That's on her. And it takes a damn strong person to have to walk through that kind of darkness and that kind of fire alone, because it's the guilt that's crushing him. It's the love that he has for her that's crushing him. So it's like, if she does this, if she kills herself because he divorces her and chooses his peace, that would destroy him. Now, I know most people are watching this and they probably don't understand. This isn't the place for you. But the people who have been through this, or even the people who are going through something similar to where you're choosing to be there for somebody in a way that is killing you, I told him, I'm like, God is way ahead of you. God allows you, it's kind of cold, that's why I'm shaking. But I said, God allows you to go to your limits. He allows you to fucking give and give and give to these people until your hands are bleeding and you meet your wall and you're forced to either make a change or die with that person. That's all it is. So I wanted to get on here and talk about this morning to let you know the angle of this reality, the depth of these realities for people. All right. Like I said, I see myself in him. I see, man, my fucking arm is hurting from that shoulder workout yesterday. But I see myself in him, right? Different story, different characters. But I get it. All right. That's not easy. If you're going through things like this, find somebody to reach out to. You can reach out to me. I'm not a fucking savior. I'm not sitting here trying to be this type of dude. But I've been through the fucking ringer with things just like this. And it's taken me years, but I've finally started to choose life for myself, choose my own peace. I've had to feel the pain of letting people go, people that I wish I could save. It's not easy. But when you find people who have been through this, it makes it just like I did. I found people who understood because they chose their peace after a certain point. Kind of look like Charlie Brown with my top hair right there. But seriously, man, it's not easy. This guy is a warrior, okay? So today, if you choose to, man, this shit made me tear up. I was crying, dude, because it's like, wow, I see myself in that, but I also see him. And I'm not here to be anybody's savior. I told him that. But I gave him some recognition, and that's what we all need, is we need a witness. So if you're going through some shit, reach out to me. I'm not going to be here to save you. I'm a human too, okay? I'm not trying to put my foot into a shoe that doesn't fit. So I got a lot of people on my Instagram that were here in my old life, whether it was my old high school before I went to military school, or whether it was me when I was at military school, you know? You probably don't fit in this story anymore, and that's okay. Wherever you are, whoever you are, man, that shit was crazy. But we're not here to be each other's saviors, you know. We're here to be able to be a strong enough and stable enough space, not to force anything on anybody. You can't force someone to make the decisions they need to make in their life, because you can try to help somebody. I could try to help that dude and end up enabling him and end up fucking myself over energetically, or just wasting my own time and energy because he's not really willing to make the change yet. You know, you have to be able to see that. He might not be ready. But dude, holy shit. People are suffering like this everywhere. And we don't even know. We walk past them in the fucking grocery store. It's insane. So that's why the most important thing for you to do is to choose your own peace in this life. And when you can do that, you can be an example for somebody else. Not a savior, not someone who's going to give them a to-do list, but point them in the right direction with your own life. All right? I live in my fucking van right now. Of course, it's temporary, but you see me training. I cook for myself. It's not who gives a shit? I don't have to train to have peace. I love it. But that's my point, is I'm choosing a life for my peace. Yeah, I have an adventurous spirit. I sleep on the mountainsides. I go to the river at 3 a.m. But I had to let a lot of shit go. And it's still a process. It's a painful process in many ways, because just like this dude, the things that I've wanted to let go are things that I was attached to in an unhealthy way. Okay? Fucking stay on this fucking path with me. If this place isn't for you, it's not for you. But we're gonna make some shit happen. I don't know if it's on Instagram. Fuck Instagram. I hate Instagram. I hate the fact that I have to stuff everything in this 3-second story. And I got people on here that we don't even know each other. Even if we went to school together, whatever the case may be, I need to find the right people for me to dip myself into the waters with them. But I'm not a fucking savior. I'm a human. I have to be true to myself and even let people know that, like this dude. You know, it's not that big of a deal. It's not my responsibility. But I can see, so I can help. To the degree that I can be a mirror. I can be someone who can recognize and be a witness too. That alone could be a transformational thing for people. I didn't mean to come on here and just spill this guy's business. I'm not putting out any names. It's not like that. But I wanted to come on here and talk about how this stuff is real. And damn, this shit hurt my heart this morning. It really did. I read that shit and he's like, how do I give it to God? Like, I just can't stop having empathy. You don't need to stop having empathy. You don't need to stop having empathy. But like I said, God is way ahead of you. He has a purpose for you. And not in some beautiful way that's like, I'm saving the world kind of purpose. Yeah, he's going to have you meet people and, you know, whatever his purpose is for you. But ultimately, the purpose is for you to be able to prosper with him. And that means going through the painful painful things that it takes to start to turn the mirror inside and realize this relationship is here for this reason is basically to be pushed to your limits, to give and give and give and give, whatever the circumstances for you. But for this guy, for myself even, give, 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 give until you realize I'm fucking bleeding out. You hit your limit. God lets you hit your freaking limit as much as you need it, as painful as it needs to be, because he wants to crack you open like he's cracked this dude open. He's looking. It's too much. He's suffocating. He can't handle this. So he needs to find the way out for him. It's beautiful in a weird way. It's beautiful. But that's the thing about God. He's bigger than all of our struggles. He's bigger than our sufferings. So he understands while we're going through it that, again, he's going to allow us to go to our limits so that we can make the right decision. I'm going to go ahead and get a steak this morning. It's Thanksgiving Day. I'm going to cook it for myself. I got a nice cigar. It's down there. It's a nice fatty. Look at this. Shout out to Carolina Cigar Company. This video does not give it justice to the actual size. It's not super big, but it's more of a long one. These cigars taste just like the cigar shop smells in that shop. It's beautiful. The guy's name is Charles. He was a Marine in the Vietnam War. He fucking went inside the tunnels. Like, he was a tough fucking dude, man. He was a tough fucking dude. He was in the special forces in the Marines. And he's got a good heart. It's funny. He's small as shit. That's probably why he was in the tunnels. He'll kick your ass, though. He's 78. But, dude, that's a real thing. Whatever I saw my brother going through this morning, and, like, God's got a purpose for you, man. He wants you to prosper. He wants you to choose your own peace. Think about that. His wife shot herself in the head, okay? Think about that. Obviously, you know, to a degree, it's like that was probably purely for, like, that's some crazy shit. That's probably purely because she knew that this dude would, I don't know why she shot herself in the head. But the fact that this dude saved her life from there and then felt like he had to sell these things, that's the love of somebody with a huge heart. And that's someone who is allowing himself to suffer and suffer and suffer and suffer for the sake of somebody else. That's a beautiful thing. But I told him God is way ahead of him. You know, God doesn't want us to do that. You know, he doesn't want us to be giving to the extent of our own demise, especially when it starts enabling somebody else. So it is the truth. It's either you're going to stay with her and die with her, or you're going to start to choose your peace. And that's easy to say, but it's not an easy thing to do, you know? So I said a prayer for him. I even made a prayer in the comments because, you know, that's not easy. But I don't want somebody to have to walk through that alone, you know? If that's, but you have to realize if you're in a scenario where you are witnessing somebody like this and you're recognizing these things, you have to have the right kind of boundaries. Meaning you have to be able to, you know, don't obsess over that. But you have to be able to realize that you're not somebody's savior. And at a certain day, you could be enabling them and keeping them from making the decision they need to make just by trying to be there for them too much. So it's like I'm saying to you right now, no matter where, think about the amount of strength that it would take to be able to finally file those divorce papers or just fucking leave and know in your conscience that this bitch is so crazy, she'd be willing to fucking kill herself. And that's really just to guilt him at a certain point. That's really just to make him out to be somebody. It's to control him. And she knows that. Somebody with that kind of hole in their heart, he can't fucking save her. He could save her life all he wants, but it's not going to do anything. He needs to choose his own peace. So the truth is, man, is like I've experienced a lot of different things myself. I grew up in a family system that was, it's funny, I know I got like this Charlie Brown thing going on. But I grew up in this family system that was all about control. And it's like it went down from my dad to my brother to me. And then I kind of like inflicted that on my sister a little bit, you know. And it it's not easy, but the system, it's not like some evil movie. It's real life. It's human beings who are hurt, have shame, they're scared. Like, I was part of all this, but you have to be able to acknowledge it and to again, like I told this guy, step into choosing your peace. Because when you do that, God honors you. Okay, it's not about pointing the finger. It's not about being like, fuck you and all that. Maybe at first it's like, hey, I'm getting away from you. But in reality, it's coming full circle. It's realizing that what this whole family system was based on. I attracted people into my life who were mirror reflections of the very relationships I had as a kid. With my dad, with my brother, with my mom. You know what I'm saying? And those relationships had to teach me. One of them was I'm pretty sure he's a damn childhood predator, dude. He's someone who pretty much basically groomed me. You know, that's, you don't just like fucking go skippity-doo-doo-ah and just go back into a normal life. You know, you have to really see like the truth in that. And you have to really heal from those things. So, you know, I've been through these things enough. I've been far enough in this for myself to where, you know, I can be clear-headed and talk to somebody about these things within their own life as I continue to grow and have my own life, right? But it's not a joke, and not everybody can relate to those things. A lot of people would read that comment that was left on my YouTube this morning, and they'd run away. They wouldn't know how to handle that, or they'd just start drowning with them. But we got to realize, man, that there is victory, and the truth is, it is already won. You could say Jesus has won it, but it's just a matter of aligning yourself with that, all right? And it's not about a to-do list as much as it is just being broken and broken and broken open again. I met a guy the other day who experienced a hurricane in Asheville, and, you know, his life was all good and everything. Hurricane washed over his car. Car is just destroyed, just totaled, okay? So, I just woke up. So he's like pissed off at God, you know. I've been there. Fuck you, God. You know, all these things. Like, I'm sorry, but why did you do this? Why did you let this happen? Next thing you know, like, he decides to join this church group, and they come to his house. He's not even still part of it. It was just a one-time thing. They come to his house. They pray for him. He said he felt this magic, like this powerful presence that was there. And next thing you know, they left, and then they bought him a brand new freaking car, like a couple days later. And I've experienced God enough in my own life to be like, there you are again. You know, that's God. And the beautiful thing is, too, is like, this is what I was saying. God will allow you to be broken open over and over and over again. And it sounds fucked up because, like, we're all about peace and stability and all this stuff. We're all about saving ourselves from drowning without realizing that when we drown, God could pretty much laugh at this stuff. Like, he's not pressed, man. So, and it's not in a sense of him being cruel to you. He just knows how he has to open you up for you to grow in the kind of trajectory he wants you to grow, for you to have the impact he wants you to have. He wants himself to have in your life. Does that make sense? So he broke this dude open, and in the perfect way. And, you know, look what happened from that. It's less about, oh, I'm God, I'm so great. And it's more about now that guy walks around with an undeniable knowing deep down that God has been there in his life. And so it only just keeps going from there. God has to break you open to make you receptive to him in the right ways. And it's not just about buying him a car, or for me, he's fucking helped me out of some crazy places, like some crazy dead ends, man. But it's opening you up to him. Now I'm gonna get going, man, because I'm gonna go buy this steak before the grocery store closes today. But if you've watched this, good for you. I don't really know. I don't think anybody who I went to school with or anything has any sort of place on my Instagram. I could be totally wrong. I don't let me fucking shoot too soon. I'm just thinking that's something that kind of has been in my head a little bit. It's like, man, like these people don't know me. You know what I mean? There's so many people on here who are just so full of shit, and I don't want to discredit myself or shrink myself down. And people are like not able to see, not able to understand, and I'm being perceived as like whatever, and who really cares? But at the end of the day, when you've been forged by the fire, and I mean really forged in real life, and you have something to share, you don't want to cast your pearls before swine. And that's not to call people swine. It doesn't mean that, even me saying that, I don't want someone to think that means that I think that I'm better or anything like that. I just know it's like I'm looking to aim at a certain people. And the guy that I was talking to this morning, perfect example. Like, he's somebody who, like, that's the quiet suffering that nobody around him would even know that he's going through. Most people wouldn't volunteer. And I'm not even talking about myself. I just mean in general. Most people would not volunteer to even accept the fact, like, how to help him. They take that information and they make it about themselves more than being able to have the strength to fucking be open and serve him in some type of way. But that's what I'm looking to do here, is to be a witness for people who are experiencing shit. And it doesn't have to be the craziest shit in the world. Okay? But fuck Instagram. I don't need to do it on Instagram totally. Like, I already do that in my real life. It just happens. But physical exercise is probably one of the best tools. Probably one of the best tools. Dude, I got a 16-inch pizza last night. I weigh like 150 pounds, man. All right. So I'm a lot lighter than most people. Maybe I'm probably growing up to like 155. But I have a powerful fucking torque to me. I just do. So a 16-inch pizza for me is a lot. And then I had like a whole kava bowl. I'm hungry already, though. I'm going to go get some food in me. I'm going to rest today. Who knows what I'm going to do today. But I hope you have a good Thanksgiving. Thanks for listening if you have. And bada bing, bada